to be here. All welcome. We are going to go dive into this class right away because I'm going to be doing so much. And like Esther, thank you so much for the welcome. We need you to bring out your calculators. So we are going to go quickly, then we'll get to the place where I'm going to really spend time to calculate. This meeting, let's know how you joined us. Where did you see us? How did you join? Well, we were very specific. We said, if you are somebody that wants to start your investment journey. So I would think that everybody here is interested in investing. So we want to get the slides quickly. There are some foundation I want to just put for us before we go into the class. So we're talking about financial freedom. It's a masterclass, how to be financially free. You cannot be financially free if you are still working to pay your bills. So you have to build, you have to diversify, you have to preserve, you have to create generational legacy. So that is what it is. We want to teach you how you can do that. And this lecture is coming from Grace Opure. And I'll just share a bit of my story. If you're meeting me for the first time, so I have various stories, but I'll just cut short in righteousness. Number one was the fact that I was jobless, homeless, clueless, and I came to Lagos, and I found something to do when nobody gave me a job. And what I found to do was to solve the problem. The problem was going to the market and buying used clothes with the money I make from bringing customers to the particular vendor. So what that means is that I was selling used clothes on the streets of the market. I graduated from there because growth, you always need to graduate. I moved from selling used clothes inside the market to now selling on the street. So from the street, I moved to now having a shop. The fourth thing I did was to brand the shop so that anyone can come in. So I don't restrict people from coming in because it's stripped or it's called fairly used or it's called okerika. So I didn't want people to feel less of themselves. So I had to brand the shop so it can accommodate people. Then that is the way I started my real estate investment journey, by meeting somebody like the way you are meeting me today, that started to teach me on how to invest in real estate, which I did, you know. By the time I did that, what then happened to me was that I discovered that the kind of life I wanted to live was more than just only investing. I went into sales of real estate. Then I served for like 15 years before I started to trade my own market. But having done that, I did a lot of investment in Nigeria. You know, all the things you think I ever saw in my life, I piled them back because I understood the importance of delayed gratification. Then I took a step of faith when I discovered that it was time to begin to build real wealth and real legacy. And I moved to Dubai. And the case study today is Dubai. Why Dubai? Because sometimes I just imagine if all the money I put in Nigeria, I took it to Dubai. Dubai dirham was 190. Today it is almost 400. That means I could have become a trillionaire because of sustainability. But in life, there's always a starting point. But the people I'm talking to now are people that are interested in sustainability, especially people that are looking at using mortgage. You know, I saw Samuel Leeds recently. He's very big in the UK market. Now he has ventured into Dubai. And why? Because he's discovering that the taxes are really not something interesting for him. So he's looking for alternatives, yeah? So in life, for you to grow wealth, you must begin to think of diversification and think of alternative. Okay, so that's the way I stepped into Dubai. I'm glad that I went there because not just me, a lot of people that, like Okemote didn't tell you, what she has been able to put together in Dubai with the money that she sold from a Nigerian property, she wouldn't have been able to achieve that if she didn't take that move to Dubai. So let's look at the next slide. So today we are talking about how you can navigate your real estate journey. Income is not wealth. So it starts from the fact that there is no way you can grow your finance or grow your income when you don't grow your wealth when you don't have income. So if you don't have income, you must do everything to have income. My first take would be that the first way to have income is, if you don't have a company, go and become a salesperson. If you have not seen money before, go and sell. Once you sell and you sell well, you'll be able to make money in commission. And many people think that they are not selling. The truth is, I sold myself to wear this cloth. I didn't want to wear this. Um, there are some certain things that are happening to me in Europe. I don't want to talk about it until I live here. But that is why we love Dubai. When you go to Dubai, you're always happy. Security is good. Europe, they can even steal your hand, steal you. So it's funny. I think I don't think I want to come to Europe again, because you have to be over careful. So ownership can only happen when you have an income. So first of all, you have to earn. To earn means you have to generate money, either from your work or from your business or from your value. Then you have to convert it, and then you start to own. Own is so important. You own your time, first of all, by spending more time in things that are important and paying for things that are not important. And I'll just explain that. The reason why I pay a lot of people, a cook, a cleaner, a fumigator, I have to do it. It's not like I'm lazy. It's because the time I will spend in doing that, it's enough for me to do something else, and I'll make more um, effort. Like, it will be more profitable for me. So you need to understand that for you to own anything, you first of all have to own your time. So control your sovereign global asset portfolio, which starts from you. Yeah, you have to learn to produce massive income from cash flow to capital gains, and that will lead to security. Yeah. So I don't want to stay there too long. There are three critical questions I want to ask you. What do you own? Where do you own it? And what is backing it up? So these three critical questions. What do you own? Where do you own it? And what is backing it up? First of all, if you own I want to really dwell on that, a mortgage, and you live in that house, you don't own anything. That is the biggest mistake a lot of people make. Somebody was talking to me. She sent me, I don't know if I can put the message here for security reasons, but I will ask. I can send it to you. She said in 2019, she paid for a property, a deposit. And after some days, she asked for the money back because she wanted to buy a house in UK or America. I don't know now, but I'll find out if you want to know. She just sent me a message regretting that the truth of the matter is that she lives in that house. And I said it then, as of 2019, that living in a house that you pay with mortgage is not an investment. It's actually a trap. That right now she has not been finished 2029, that 20, that's almost 7 years. She even wrote it. 7 years? Yeah, 2026. Yeah, 7 years. That her friend that did not collect her money back has more money to deposit for mortgage today than she that collected her money back. And that thing I said 7 years ago is today she's realizing I was correct. You see, sometimes in life, when you pray or you ask God for promotion or wealth, what God does is it directs you to somebody. It's what you do with the information. That's your business. I will find out. I will ask Extra to ask her if she accepts. Then she will come and put it here. She will come and put it here. So let's go to the next slide. So it's important that you know. Why Dubai? Dubai's currency has not shaken for 30-something years. If you say, I'm lying, find out how much you bought grocery with your pounds 3 years ago. Check if you can still buy the same grocery. Dubai has been able to be constant in their inflation. It has been constant. Why Dubai real estate? Currency shield, global mobility, tax advantage. Tax is I don't know if it's a demon. No, look at Canada. My daughter is paying whether 40% or so. I don't understand. Look at if you buy a home, pay for land use tax, you pay for the tax. If you make money, you pay tax. It's too much. I think people really need their capital growth globally right now. The properties that are growing in capital is Dubai. And guess what? Dubai crisis now is the best time to buy. I did a video and I did the statistics of 4 times that Dubai has had crisis. Immediately the crisis is over, the property jumps to almost 100%. So this is the best time. Then you have global mobility. So I'll tell you, one of my daughter's passports now, Dubai government is telling her because she's golden visa, she should come there and do it. It's easier for her to do a Canadian visa from Dubai, the student visa, than doing it from Nigeria. That's global mobility. You know, that's global mobility. Yeah, what you should be planning for your life and yourself and your children now is mobility. Because sometimes mobility is so important. Mobility, if you are in a place and you can't leave the place, you don't understand how terrible it can be. So minus the money, how is your mobility? How global is your mobility? Next slide, please. So now, because we are a group, normally it takes 30% down payment to lock up a whole building. But there's a way you can spread it. Studio is between 198, which is 19,000. 19,000. You pay 19,000. Another 2 months you pay 19,000. Then when you pay 30%, then you own the house. The government will pay the balance. If you want studio, if you want a 1 bedroom, most times this property, when they are ready, you have between 40 to 60% capital appreciation. Never you buy a house that is ready in Dubai. Because somebody else like us has made money. Why should you buy with Platinum Invest? Because once you buy with us, we can structure the transaction such a way that where it is 30, 70, which means you're paying only 30%, you can pay 20%, but we'll find out if it's possible. But remember that it is better to pay 30% because once you pay 30%, your rent will take care of the mortgage and still able to pay you some money. Let me tell you something, even as much as like their mortgage is just below 5% interest, and your rent can always pay because there's no tax. But I prefer cashback because once you can close your eyes and pay, you can collect back your money and buy more property. What that means is that once you are able to buy a property, which is one property, that can help you in the next 10 years own like 10 properties. So your starting point is important. Next slide. So now there is an offer we have on the table. Like I wrote, I said, anybody that pays 3%, maybe you want to go and see the property. You want to go and see the property first before you continue payment. With your 3% down payment for a 1 bedroom, which is 9,000, you will get a ticket, you will get a hotel apartment, you will travel for free. So what that means is that if you get there and you like what you like, you pay the balance 7%, which is your first payment. But what you have to pay for us to structure that free passport, free ticket for you and free hotel is that you have paid 3%. So we know that you are serious. Then you can travel for free. This is just an offer that is open for 14 days. If you can't meet that, you can always pay your 3%, travel, and when you travel, you can check if you want to continue or if you don't want to continue. So, but for this particular one, if you do this one, if you don't want to continue, your money will be given back to you. Only the cost of your trip will be incurred. Yeah. So, but other ones, I don't know of that. If the money will be, but if you do this one, you will get your money back to you, and there'll be a documentation to that. Because a lot of people have reached out to me and said, Grace, I really want to do it, but I would have loved to get to Dubai first before I continue my payment. And because we are doing an anniversary, I will be in Dubai in October, from October 7th or thereabout. I'll be in October from October 3rd, first week of October till on the 13th of October. So what that means is that once you pay in 14 days, between this period, I'm in October, you can join. We have a cocktail event with some of our investors that are coming in on that cocktail is on the 10th. So we have 10th, 11th, and 12th, where we're going to have good time, nice time. We're celebrating our anniversary, so you can join that period. So let's talk about profit. Profit. For every house you buy in Dubai, your renter is over 9%. If you buy early, it's close to 12%. But the biggest deal in Dubai is if you buy a shop. Shop gives you as much as 18% return. Remember that 18% plus 40% capital appreciation, that's almost 60%. And all you have paid is 30%. So you're already doubling your money that you invested. Okay, so if you have a calculator, you can do the math. If you want to do more calculation, you can ask question. Next slide. I think it's straightforward. So if you are ready, this is the number you can reach out to. And then any other question, I am free consultation for those that want to buy shop. That means you are willing to invest as much as 30% of $600,000 for maybe payment plan, 60,000, 60,000, 60,000. You can talk to them and I will have a free consultation with you. So that's commercial, yeah. I think what is available now is $900,000. All the $600,000 has been purchased last week. $900,000 is a bigger shop. So if you have 90,000, 90,000, 90,000, and you want to talk to me, you will let us know. They would ask you some questions. If you pass, they would give you free consultation to talk to Grace for free. If you also have property in Dubai, you have not been able to do something with, you should learn how to make more money. You can make as much as 100% if you can do short lets. I don't talk about short lets because I always want to give you minimum possible. Minimum possible. Yeah, that's what I want to give you. Questions, if you have any. Okay, for those that are rewatching, like I said, thank you so much. You can reach us with this number so that we don't want to keep this video long. If you have any question, send to this number. Thank you so much for watching. For you that are here, thank you for being here. We are going to stop the recording right away so you can ask your questions. Thank you. God bless you. Over to you, Esther. Thank you, Ijoma, for the clapping. Thank you so much. Yeah.